Coach, after opening weekend, the results were not what you were looking for, but did you see anything that excites you about the season moving forward?
Yeah, you know what? Like you said, the results were not there. I hated the results, obviously. But there were a lot of good things. A lot of good things way through the baseball. Um, the thing about those losses was a couple things. One, Bethune-Cookman's a really good team. They were a regional team last year. They have a really good chance of being in the regional this year. It's a team that we might not hear about as much up here, but they're a really good team. They're talented. They're really well coached. We didn't do the things that we do well as a program this weekend. We didn't do a good job with two strikes. We struck out too many times. We left a ton of runners on base. We didn't do a great job with our situational hitting. On Saturday, our defense broke down a little bit. So, to me, I hated the results. But the good news is we know that the things that we're capable of doing, all we have to do is just do the things that we do well and that we're capable of doing, and we'll be fine. You didn't leave that weekend saying, holy cow, we're in trouble. But if we don't do that, which we also know, if we don't play good defense, if we don't have quality at bats and quality two-strike at bats, if we don't do those things, then we're not going to win. But that's kind of true of most baseball teams, right? You got to play good, clean baseball, and not great results, but saw some great things.
What can the team improve on heading into the next 3 games at Oklahoma?
Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. One is our two-strike hitting for sure. 2 is our situational hitting. 2 out knocks with a man on second base. Those are some of those runners were left on. Those will come, right? And the guys that didn't have a great weekend offensively are guys that we know are going to hit. Those are those things aren't worrisome. They don't worry us when we know Johnny's going to hit, we know Mock's going to hit, all those guys. So those I think are the things that we have to kind of improve on. And the good thing about this weekend was this time of year I love playing in close baseball games. You want to play in close baseball games, and we fought each of those games. We gave ourselves a chance to win those games, and we didn't get it done, but we'll get it done.
Now, on Friday, you got a great pitching performance out of Jacob Stevens. Talk a little bit about his development and what he did to improve this offseason.
Yeah, well, I think the first thing that you notice when you see Bear is how much better shape he's in this year. He looks great, and you're able to see that with him able to carry his stuff. I think he threw 84, 86 pitches. I can't remember exactly, which is kind of right where we wanted him for opening weekend. His stuff stayed right through. And he mixed his pitches like he always does. That's what Bear does. And he had one inning that was a little bit long, but he was a lot more efficient this outing. Last year he tended to throw a lot of pitches in situations where he'd sometimes get too cute or he got to a lot of 2-2 counts last year instead of trying to get some early soft contact. So he's kind of making all those adjustments.
And finally, this weekend, when you're at Oklahoma, you're going to be playing Northern Illinois, Villanova, and the Sooners. Does your team's approach change at all when you're playing 3 different teams instead of the same opponent? And what can you expect from those teams?
No, honestly, the thing that we are talking about and focusing on is just playing the game, regardless of who we're playing. And, whatever that at-bat calls for, give us a quality at-bat. Whatever pitch we need you to throw, you execute that pitch, regardless of who you're playing. So the focus this weekend is going to be on the game, not the opponent. But we know we're playing 3 quality opponents. There's a personal touch this weekend with Mike Gambino at NIU, was the assistant at Virginia Tech when I was there. We were on the same staff there, and we were both on. Pete was the head coach. Pete Hughes was the head coach. Mike is one of my close friends. Pete is family. He's been a mentor to me. He coached me here, and I worked for him at Virginia Tech. And he's a lot of the foundation of this program is built upon what Pete did when he was here and playing for him. So it's going to be a fun weekend to be out there, and then Villanova to play another Catholic school is always great. So being out there will be a fun weekend. 3 really good opponents. We got to go out there and play well, and see what happens.
Thanks, Coach.
One other quick thing is I want to congratulate Coach Martin. He won his 1900th win as a head coach this weekend, which it's such an amazing number. It's hard to even fathom. He's had 40 wins for 37 years. He's been in a tournament for 37 straight years. You start looking at the numbers of win totals they had each of his years as head coach. It's such a staggering number. I don't think anybody can truly appreciate, unless you look through that record, what he's done, both at Florida State and for college baseball. It's an honor to be able to be around him, to be able to coach in the same league, to be able to coach against him, and I just think we should all sort of take a minute and realize. Anybody who's sitting around listening to this interview, pull up his all-time record and see how ridiculous that is. You look at last year; they had 41 wins, and at Florida State they say only 41 wins. When you're used to coaching under Coach Martin, with all the 50 win years they've had, so it's an amazing number. He's a great guy. He's a great coach. I'm honored to be able to be around him and know him and get a chance to coach against him.
Thanks, Coach.